Hey, I think I don't know how long this one is. I feel like I gotta give y'all something. But this is not just giving y'all something as like, I'm rushing this one. Excuse me. I was thinking that, you know how you ever, oh man, this is gonna, okay. I actually like where this is going. I'm hungry, man. Grab all the hamburger meat. There's some frozen ass chicken. There's some cheese sticks. Fries. Oh, we got more boneless wings. Hold on. Alright. Man. I got the munchies. Oh, I can make a pancake. I'm not finna stir and mix right now. Godly. Yeah, I'm not that hungry, man. I gotta sit the fuck down. I was like, if I cook hot wings, then that'll take longer than a pancake. Meat takes longer than pancakes. Do you remember that one show? It was like Meatloaf Crunch. Anyway, so, a lot of people are trapped in the machine life. I've said this before. You go home, you go to work, you come home, and, you're a consumer. You go to concerts, you go to movies, you go out to drink. You know how to entertain yourself. But at the end of the day, you don't have any real hobbies. Probably don't have any real opinions or, any challenging shit about you. Like somebody says some shit about you, you be like, you say you're ambitious. You go, how? Well, I just am. But you go, well, demonstrate. Give me some evidence of your ambition, or give me some evidence of your creativity. And then they can't, or they say that, people think that, and I've said this in one of my other videos, or, my promo videos or whatever, promo videos or podcasts. If you say that you're trustworthy, honest, loyal, respectful, that doesn't make you special. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have those, whether, regardless of where you come from, if you don't have those in you, regardless of where you come from, you're not going to have very many friends. And you're not going to get invited to very many places when people really realize how much of a scumbag you are. So don't act like that makes you unique from the next motherfucker. No, regardless, whether not too many people are going to have sympathy on you, Not too many people are going to have too much sympathy on you. And you need to learn that now. That being stated, people are part of the machine. And you ever hear an older person complaining about work? Not like a career. Because people complain all the time at jobs. But, when it comes to the lower level jobs, like the more expendable jobs, like the cashiers and the waiters and the janitors and shit like that. I myself am a janitor, so there we go. I realize how expendable I am. right? And, the older I get, the younger people come in, right? Younger people come in all the time to the job. Older people get hired, right? Come into the job. Older people come in, younger people come in, right? So, and I find it kind of funny that I say certain things on my podcast and I just kind of hear them later on, right? Like Elon Musk. Now, I feel like I said way before that they do shit to us first and then there's a lawsuit later. I said this when Eddie Bravo was doing his panel at the Secret Group. This was on camera, right? And then I did a podcast about it, right? And then fucking Elon Musk fucking quotes that shit. I go, okay, when did he say it? Because I know I said that shit first. Or I know I said that. And hopefully I'm not plagiarizing him. But I'm sitting there going, I heard this shit straight from my fucking podcast. What the fuck? Anyway, I said this too. And then I heard it. Or then I saw it. But this has been known. This is so I can't say I said this first. But you're going to come to work one day and there's going to be a fucking robot. Right? You got to get something that people can't take away. I'm standing up. Sit down. You need to get something that people can't take away. Right? And, because there's going to be a robot slowly coming to work. They already replacing the fryer motherfuckers. Right? Because robots can dip their hand in grease. Nigga, dip your hand in grease. And I'm not telling you to dip your hand in grease. I'm just saying. There's going to be gnarly bad consequences if you fucking do. Right? Because that's just how shit fucking works. You dip your hand in grease, hot ass grease, you're going to get motherfucking burned. Okay? So, they got robots that can dip their hand in hot fucking grease. They got robots that can go down to the motherfucking bottom of the ocean. Right? You can't fucking do that. And then, if somebody asks you to go to the bottom of the ocean, you're going to ask to get paid, and chances are you're going to fucking complain. You see where this is going, right? So, when I see older people than me, they have kids, they got a mortgage, they're in the machine life, right? They're in the machine life, and then they're complaining that another motherfucker isn't working, right? But y'all are getting paid the same, right? Regardless of, it's not like, all right, if the job doesn't get done, then nobody gets paid. I can understand that. I get that. I get that. Somebody got to go. But it's kind of crazy when, because when you don't have something tangible, you're always going to be in a shitty position, no matter how good of a person you are. Godly. Anyway, and then even when you get to higher up, and you have something like an education or a trade or just something that, people can't take away from you, and you'll always be, sustained to a certain degree. So, it's always crazy to see those type of people complaining that other people aren't working. Now, if you're a cook, I get that. Because I was in that. But what I'm saying is that's going to happen until you can, like I say, figure some shit out. But it's always kind of weird when people are complaining about the job or the people on the job or how the job is going or how much the workload is going. Look, we get it. But one, it doesn't make you special. Everybody doesn't want to do certain jobs that they're because of their situation that they got to do this job, right? So, but they're complaining because life is not going right for them. They're complaining because they got a mortgage. They ain't got time to do shit for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They thought life when they were kids was gonna be easy, and now they're in this shitty job complaining about the next motherfucker. But really and truly, you just need to get a hobby. Get a couple hobbies. You ain't got no hobbies. You watch fucking shit on TV and play video games and go to work on your day off. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna lie, I did that shit today too. I felt kind of shitty. I was like, man, I've been up here so long, I might as well have clocked in. But I was working out. There we go. So, I was like, but I ended up getting my motherfucking cartoon done. So, that worked out. I was really proud. And then I met this really pretty girl. I asked her to be my girlfriend. She hasn't replied back. So, we'll see how that goes. It's alright. I just asked her. And I deleted the number. Not because I'm a player, but I gotta match the energy. And speaking of that, man, we'll see how this story works out, because otherwise it's just a motherfucking bullshit number story. Anyway, so you're complaining because you think you're special at the job and the job needs you. One, the job can easily replace you, and you're not special, so get that out your mind. There's always people that think that they can't be fired that get fired, right? And I think it's crazy so I was working at this one job, and it was this couple that was there with me, right? They were an actual couple, and they had a family together, right? And they were complaining because I was moving slow. I was like, nigga, why the fuck does that fucking matter? You know what I'm saying? And then I worked at this one restaurant, and people would complain that I move slow. I'd be like, one, I move slow. And two, I think y'all are just complaining because y'all are in your first world situations. I remember this one girl, she complained. She was like, you're a really bad busser. I said, so? Said, I don't give a fuck. I think I said, so I don't give a fuck. But I know I said, so. I don't remember if I said, I don't give a fuck. This was a couple years ago. But I was like, so I don't care. She said, it's your job. I said, I don't care. And one, on top of that, she was being biased. Because I never... Anyway, I didn't let that get to me. But... this couple was like, you move so... And I was like, you're just mad that I ain't got the responsibilities that you have. So, like, this one guy, I saw in this one clip, right? He was a YouTuber. He was having fun in the street because YouTubing is his career, right? And this guy came outside and he was bullshitting with them. He was like, hey, man, y'all need to go get a real job. You need to stop all that. I pay my taxes. He went back inside. But he was being a real douche about everything. And they were like, yeah, he's just mad because he has a shitty job and he has to clock in to a shit job. People like that, because I met a dude who didn't have no life, and he tried to fight me because he didn't have no life. And I was like, nigga, you ain't got no life. You taking shots at the king because you got nothing going for you. I told him that. I didn't say I'd take shots at the king, but I was like, you ain't got no life. You need to get a life, bro. You putting your nose in the wrong situations. And I was like, what I say has nothing to do with you. And, you taking up for the responsibilities and shit like that, because this is your only hobby other than, what you think is sets you apart, but really is the machine life, you motherfucker. So, they would complain, because somebody told me, he was like, yeah, she doesn't like you because you move slow. And I was like, that doesn't mean she doesn't want to fuck me, though. Anyway, because she was bad, but she was speaking Spanish, so I didn't, my Spanish is getting better, but I didn't know what she was saying then. But I know she would say some angry shit to me, and I caught on to some shit that she said. I was like, man, whatever. You're just mad because you got a fucking mortgage and your boring life. You know what I'm saying? You're a slave to this shit, so when you see somebody, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you need to be important. Man, I ran into that shit the other day. Somebody was snitching on me at work. And I'm going, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? I was like, you documenting my every move? I was like, I know it feels good to you because it makes you feel important because this is all you got. I said that. I said, I know this is all you got. And it makes you feel important. And I'm sitting there going, you doing the exact same shit I'm doing. We doing the exact same shit. And yet, I was like, man, are you fucking kidding me? I said, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, you snitching. I said that. I was like, you snitching. I said you snitching. Fuck all that. I said, you documented my every fucking move. You snitching. Anyway. So, another point I'm getting at is like, you ever hear somebody complain or they'll be a little older than you, right? They'll be a little old. Remember that episode of Timmy Turner? That nigga was like, hey, sir, you gotta pay the bill. He said, I don't have any money. He said, well, you should have gone to college. He said, well, did you go to college? He was like, no, why do you think I'm a waiter? You ever hear those people that be like a lot older than you and they hit you with some bullshit like, oh, I've been working since I was like a teenager or really young, and I'd be like, congratulations, you're still a waiter. Godly, thank you for the inspiration. This is what 30 years of hard work looks like. Getting by on tips. You're fucking 40 years old. Waiting tables. I'm not saying that's a bad profession, but don't talk to me like this is where you should be. Or don't talk to me like this is where you want to be, and this is how you got here and you're better than me and shit. You talk to me like you deserve to be here and shit. I met this one dude. He wanted to be a professional. He would talk to us like he was a professional dishwasher and shit like that. He got in trouble for like stealing some food or some shit like that. And then I think he was like without a place to go because he would do some really weird shit. He would be like, hey man, can you take me to the bus stop? But the bus stop be far as fuck. Or like, and then I'd be like, man, you make it to the bus stop. He'd be like, well, what happened? But man, I just chilled, played my. But he would never. It would be weird as fuck. Or he'd be like, man, we get off work, and he'd be like, man, I'm gonna just sit here and play my game. I'd be like, nigga, what the fuck you doing sitting here at work playing a fucking game? And then he wouldn't have any money. I knew what was going on, bro. But I'm just saying, I was like, he would act like he was like, man, I know more than the managers, and they don't like me because I know more than them, or some shit like that. He would just say some stupid ass shit. He would say, I know more than the managers, and they need me around here or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, he would say, yeah, you know how many people it would take to replace me? It would take 2 people to replace me. You know what I'm saying? I know more than the managers. I'd be like, man, I don't give a fuck. And I said, well, why aren't you a manager? He said, oh, they don't need them. Okay. See what I'm saying? How the story don't add up. I stay away from that everyday talk shit. There's this dude now, man, he talk about the same shit. I was like, man, I'm not finna listen to this. You're cool, but, you know, I can't listen to you talk about the same shit over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Gotta take a break from that. Still cool people. And I'm not better than you, but, you know, take a break from that. Take a break from that. I was like, hey, so anyway, they'll tell you, hey, yeah, I've been working since I was like a teenager or some shit like that. And they'll be like fucking old as fuck. And when I say old as fuck, I mean like 45, you know. And you'll be like 21, 22, 19. They're talking like, you know, they'll be like, man, you don't work, you're lazy. Be like, man, you fucking work here too. The fuck? But that can be you, and there's nothing wrong with that profession. But when the reason why you get there is because of your life choices. Believe me, I guarantee you, nobody wants to grow up and be a waiter, right? But there's an industry for it. Somebody's got to do it, right? Nobody grows up saying, I want to be a fucking dishwasher. If you do, that's cool. But if to me, that's low-level ambition. But who am I to judge, right? They'll say shit like that, and you'll be like, well, congratulations. You know, that episode of the Boondocks where the dude was like, hey, man, hey, Dad, I work. What did he say? Uncle Ruckus? He was like, you work. Uncle Ruckus was like, yeah, Dad, I work. How many jobs? And he said, yeah, and you still got nothing. You know what that makes you? A Mexican. Now, I'm not saying that it makes you a Mexican. And I'm not being fucking racist either. What I'm saying is why the fuck work so hard to have nothing? Godly, yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at. Why the fuck work so hard to get nothing? You know, remember those people that work that do nothing? And then they still get away with it for like a year? Those motherfuckers kind of got to figure it out to a certain degree, right? You know? You know what I'm saying? They kind of got to figure it out. They're still getting paid. They still showing up. They just do nothing. Smart as shit. That's kind of like... but you got to do something. Eventually, you know. So... they talk to you like they done some shit with themselves. And, you know, maybe they have, but, you know, being at this low-level paying job doesn't really reflect a lot of milestone accomplishments is what we're getting at. And here's some fucking poor man shit. Or poor people talk right here. This is the major point I was going to get at. You ever meet somebody that goes, I'd rather work at night. I'd rather work in the daytime. I prefer to have a lunch here. I met one lady, she said she never takes a break. And I'm going, congratulations, you're still getting paid like me. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't make... I never take a break. Why the fuck not? That doesn't make you special. If anything, that makes you, you know, not the brightest. Not because you're dumb. If anything, it makes you just not, you know. I don't know. It's just not the brightest move. I can't call you not bright. I don't know you. I don't know your situation. But I just don't think that's the brightest move. And then to make it look like... I had one manager one time. He was like, hey, I don't believe in breaks. And he said that. And then I had a woman... No, I worked at a couple jobs that was like, we don't really do breaks. No, they did breaks at that job. A lot of people didn't really take advantage of it. But I had one lady when I signed up, she was like, we don't really do breaks around here. And I was like, you know, it's federal law to give a break. You get what I'm saying? But nobody says anything. It's federal law. It says in the handbook, you're supposed to get a break. If you don't, call HR. Do what I'm saying? Now, I don't know the rules now, but I remember looking that shit up. So if you don't get a break, call HR. And they blatantly be like, I knew one dude, he was like, yeah, I don't really believe in breaks. I was like, man, I don't give a fuck what you believe. The fuck does that have to do with me? That's all I'm saying. What does that got to do with me? Or they hit you, some managers hit you with the, can you please hurry up on your break? We're really busy. Man, I don't give a fuck if you're busy. This place is always fucking busy. The fuck that got to do with me? The fuck does that got to do with me? Big worm. Anyway, the fuck does that got to do with me? So, you ever hear people say shit like that? That's that poor people talk. Not that poor people talk. That's that working people talk. That's that working machine talk. That's what the machine wants you to say. Yeah, I'd rather take my lunch at 5 o'clock. Yeah, I'd rather work at night. Nigga, fuck all that. I'd rather be at home working on my fucking hobbies. You know what I'm saying? For a few hours. And think about that. Then fucking clocking in. Dame Dash had it right when he said it's not cool calling another motherfucker boss. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool. I mean, I'm proud to pay the bills, for sure. But I'm not proud to be working for somebody else. And this is what I gotta do. I clean toilets. It's alright. Do that shit humbly. Do that shit humbly. You know? It's alright. But I never go, man, I can't wait to work this shift. It's like, man, it's like, alright, I'm going to work. I don't have a preference. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm programmed. Okay, would I rather work? Okay, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I'm lying. I prefer to get it over. But what does that look like for me? Because, you know, I'm always going to want to do something outside of work, like either comedy or do some animation. So, you know, as long as I'm creating some shit when I'm off, you know what I'm saying? But I don't go, oh man, I can't wait to go to work at this time, or I'd rather work at this time. Nigga, it's the same amount of sleep. Okay, if you work 12 hours one day, now I get it if you got a family, so there we go. But still, I get it if you got a family. But I'm talking about these machine job talks, or the machine mindset talk. You go, well, I prefer, even if you got a family, it's like you still prefer to work for somebody else at a certain time. You know, you still prefer to get told to go to lunch at a certain time. I used to have one boss, he was like, hey man, we're about to get really busy. Y'all need to go to the bathroom right now because you're not going to be able to go. I was like, man, you better watch me fucking go. I don't work there anymore. So. How you gonna tell a motherfucker they can't go to the bathroom and then you obey that shit? That's some slave shit right there. You fear losing your job so you don't go to the bathroom. Godly. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. But believe me, whether you go to the bathroom or not, there's gonna be a fucking robot washing dishes one day. No matter how nice you are, no matter how much of a hard worker you are, you costing the company fucking money with your broke ass. I'm broke too. Well, I'm poor. Yeah, I'm poor. What's broke is decision making. Poor is like economics. So I'm a little bit both. Work my way out of that. But I gotta be real. If I'm gonna be talking shit, I gotta point back fingers at me. So yeah, that's just the machine talk is all I'm saying. I could put the food in, been eating. Man, anyway. Pizza. something. Anyway. Yeah. Even still, you're happy to get up and go to work for somebody else. That's all I'm saying. And then the way you talk about it, it's like, oh, I prefer to go to work at this time. Oh, I prefer to go to work at this time. Oh, this one really suits my schedule. Oh, I prefer to go to work this time. I don't care. Okay? Maybe because this is extremely biased and I don't have a family and my circumstances are extremely different. But what I'm getting at is you're working this bullshit job because you don't know how to fucking do something else. Right? We don't know how to do something else. We don't know how to get up and go paint. We'd rather watch a movie and talk about it. Watching movies is not a fucking hobby. Okay? I watch movies as a hobby. Are you fucking kidding me? What else do you do? Watch TV too? Oh, man. You don't watch TV? No. But you be on the internet though, right? Motherfucker. Stop that machine shit. Signing out. Turner's Means Universal. Renegade AM Universal Studios. I need to start saying that. Fuck. Renegade AM Universal Studios.